People, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this, indubitably, is Chase the Heat. Very special day today. Very exciting day today. So exciting. What a day today was. For real. Jason P., you're first on the bus tonight. Thank you for being here, dude. Good to see you. Real deal, right? Pods look crazy. They do. Balake Richardson. Good to see you, man. Chili Phil. Man, what a day today was. What a day today was. If you maybe some of you have seen the video from earlier. Lethal Wolf, good to see you. Alan McGee, good to see you. Dennis Brace, The Grenade. Tomas Spillane sent these. Raleigh Marvel, good to see you. Brandon Guile. These came from Tomas Spillane. I ate one today. It lit me up. I got an endorphin rush from One Pepper. These are Prima Tallies, and they're wicked hot. And these are White Ghost. Listen, they're so hot, and my tolerance is so down. What fun that was. Make sure I say hi to everybody. Lethal Wolf, good to see you. Crushing some Mad Dog ramen noodles, Chili Phil. The pods are amazing, Jason P. Tomas Spillane is an amazing grower. Chad Matthews, good to see you. Raleigh Marvel, I already saw you, I think, but good to see you, man. Will you do the whole box? Yes, but not at once. My tolerance is so low, you guys, you have no idea. Hang on. Sister Scoville, I'm doing a live stream right now, and you're on speakerphone. Everybody can hear you. I get off at 9 o'clock. Can I call you as soon as I'm off? No. Huh? No, don't worry about it. I'll call you after I get off. I love you. Bye. That was Sister Scoville. Anyhow, got so much. What an exciting day today was. So I will eat the whole box. It's not all at once, Raleigh. It's going to take a while. My tolerance is low, but there's at least 5 or 6 really tough challenges in there. My tolerance is so low, you know. Keith Leo, good to see you. Great Britain present with Andy Paul in the house. Good to see you. Sharon, Hawaii, good to see you. Metal Music Maniac, Primatallies and Tinctures, a great collab. That's a good combination, man. Matthew S., good to see you. Godwick 87, in from Texas. Chili Phil, got a good burn going on right now. He always does. Marv was with me in the unboxing today. Me and Marv, and it was a very small. Charlie Mullins was there, and Christopher Westcott. Just 3 of us during the live unboxing. A lot of people have seen it since, but man, I'm so excited about these. So pod season's on us. It is, and I just had an amazing day. Both Balakes are here. Very, very cool. That's so cool. Court Kramer, aloha. Good to see you, Court. Nicholas Johnson, good to see you. Can you send one my way? What is the Scoville unit on them? Raleigh, I don't know what the Scoville units are on these. I can tell you they're absolutely piping hot. I mean, ridiculously hot. Marv, you're the man, Johnny. My girlfriend says you're a very nice man. He seems like a nice fellow. Try to be, Marv. Tell her I said thank you. If you're watching, thank you. Great unboxing. Charles McClellan. I'm sorry, it wasn't Charlie Mullins. It was Charles McClellan. Or maybe it was. I can't remember who was in the live stream. But thank you, Charles. Brandon Guile. I checked out this site. Have you ever shipped any of his plans? I was hesitant to ship from Florida to Chicago. Whose site, Brandon Guile? I'm not sure whose site you're talking about. Oh, Tomas? He'll be fine. He's amazing. He's a great grower. He ships stuff on time. He's amazing. Truly. Virginia, good to see you. Sending love to you all. Stay blessed, says Andy Paul. See what I did there? For your information, my name is Blake as well. We have 3 Balakes, 3 Blakes in the house. I'll have to remember that Godwick. You guys have to help me remember that Godwick 87 is Blake, because I forget. There's Jeremy Bell. Good to see you, dude. Buddha Davis, Global Squad, the best. Massachusetts in the house. Much love, Johnny. Thank you, Buddha. Appreciate it. This is my dude, Bizzle 636. How you doing, man? A bunch of people just got in late. Look what happened today. If you didn't see on the live, the video from earlier today, I got to like a 6 with one pepper. You doing one or two? You doing one or two tonight? You know you want to. Says real deal. No, you know what I'm gonna do tonight? Yesterday I did one of these, two of these. I'm telling you, the thing that I still can't get over from eating these from yesterday is that there's no warning label on these things. I'm telling you, something happens when you eat one of those. You gotta go somewhere. You lose it for a second. Kids can buy those. I was reading this. This one has to be worse, and this is why. This one is lemon flavored. This is gonna be way more sour. It got me right here. It's hurting already. So I'm going to eat one of these. It'll be good for a laugh. Let me say hi to everybody, though, first. They do have prementality tinctures. I don't know if they do. It won't be long before somebody does. Raleigh. Benjamin Hughes, good to see you. Cheers, mate. I can't wait for you to review one once my peppers are ready. I can't either. Militant Vegan. 3 Balakes. You guys know where that comes from, right? Who can tell me where a Balake comes from? The life of Dennis Sprays. You were lit up. I'm telling you, it was so hot, Dennis. I'm not kidding. Hi, Macy, if you're there. And if you happen to see us later, if you're not here now. They were brutal, Bizzle. No joke. Tell me she get Ola, Picasso, apricot, like Bree says. Chili salted on May 1st. I can't. Got a surprise, too. Oh, I got so many surprises coming up. Here's the good news. One of my surprises is really close. You're only going to have to wait a couple of days to find out. Some of them are amazing stuff going on. Yeah, how are the Reapers going, Bizzle? Left Eye Pack, good to see you, brother. I got some eggs today. I'm going to boil some up and use your powders on a hard-boiled egg video. I think it'll be amazing. Emmanuel Pinheiro, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I laughed so hard last night, Keith Lego. It's a good thing. Laughter keeps you young, man. It really does. Catfish bait or a great snack. You know what? One of the most interesting things I've ever eaten. I've eaten some really wonky stuff, man, but I'm looking forward to eating one of these. Should I do it now or should I wait a little bit? Sour candy, exactly, Emmanuel. Are there any Aarons in here? Aaron Giorno's usually in here. He's down in Australia. He'll be in sometime, I'm sure. Peppers are your thing. Apricots called edible. I'm telling you, there's no warning label. You can eat one of these. There's nothing saying, hey, if you're driving a car with people you love in it, you might not want to eat one of these. If you were driving a car and you put one of these in your mouth, you better have an Allstate. I'm serious, man. Incredible. So I gotta feel like this is gonna be the same way. Yard pivot slides. Good to see you. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Now, says Yard pivot slide. All right, we're gonna eat one of these now. Ingredients. Caution to the wind, people. I'm not even reading them. How about that? The ones last night. Here's the one I dropped on the floor. I kept to show you. Look at that. That was the one I dropped on the floor. Man, if you saw that on your carpet, you're not going to pick up and go, what is that? Stick it in your mouth. This smells very lemony. Oh, this is going to be brutal. It's already getting me here. You got it, Brandon Gile. It's a substitute teacher skit. Okay, here we go. Chris Westcott, good to see you. Dad's on Civic. We love the pepperoncini tribute to Dad. Thank you. It's very odd how the center of the wall, the hotter the pepper, but the pepperoncini isn't even hot yet. The walls are very thin. I was thinking, yeah, they are. Thanks for being here. Here we go. This came from the real deal. Say, hola, Limon, lemon flavored salted apricot. I think these are worse. There, I'm building my tolerance to it. That was pretty good. You can drive a car on that one. I'm gonna try another one of these. I got a little one here. Let's see if these are worse, or if I'm building tolerance. Have you ever had one of these? Who's had one of these? Wow, huh? They're not hot, but oh my gosh. You had them. Do they do that to you, Boom Hour? Only truth. Good to see you. This is crazy. Careful to destroy the enamel from the teeth. They feel gritty after that. I'm freaking about brushing my teeth. I got braces when I was a kid. Drew V, good to see you, bro. Thanks for being here, man. My dad, when I was a kid, I got braces, and he said, "Don't ever come home with one knocked out." He said, "If you do, I'll knock the rest of them out." Wicked sour, Marv. So sour. It's like, when you eat pepper, when you go to have you ever I've seen it happen to people, and it's probably happened to me a couple times, where something's so hot that you can't really think. You're just in the grips of it, and just for a few seconds you get lost a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? It happens with heat. It happens with that. I'm not making that up. Unbelievable. I have built no tolerance. No, they're not even hot at all, Dad's old Honda Civic. They are so sour. Oh my Lord, are they sour? And I mean, you can't look. That's got to be a challenge for YouTube. Get one of those, eat one, no face. Nobody can eat one of those and not make a face. It's impossible. I challenge anybody, for real. Zen Wen, thanks for being here. Heather Joy, you were great tonight. Thanks for being here. Ultra boosted, cooking peach habanero chicken. Beautiful. I've been having asthma attacks all day. I don't know if it's seasonal or what, but I need to get an inhaler. Mark Harmon, chase the sour. Indeed, Marv. Asthma made everything. Let's chase the sour. A bunch of people like that. I'm telling you, that was something. Chabacanos are a classic snack for sure. Same with those little tamarind pulp on spoons. That's just rough, man. Good to see you, Dizzy Dragon. So again, if you're just kind of joining us late, if you haven't heard, pod season is here, people. I've got 29 Primatalis and 20. Yeah, 20 of the Ghost. Yeah, you know what? Should I eat one? Yeah, I'll eat one. I can't not eat one. Oh, my mustache. Good to see you, dude. All right, Ultra Boosted, buddy. Good to see you. I might cramp from this. Tolerance being down and all. Who else is here before I eat this? everybody's here. Delvin Lucas, good to see you. Fellow guitar player. This is a white ghost pepper that was grown by Tomas Spillane, one of my favorite growers. Definitely my top 5 for sure. Beautiful pepper. I wonder if I should. I don't have a knife, do I? I don't have a knife here. They're all in the kitchen. Rats. It'd be cool to cut it open. Not going to happen. All right. I see toxic waste candles a lot. Bizzle said ultra boosted. Miss being all over the country with you, man. Me too, my mustache. White Ghost. Jacob Deatheridge. Pepper season is upon us. Wow. This is a beautiful pepper. Beautiful pepper. Really, one of the better tasting white ghosts I've ever had. That was delicious. It's kind of fruity. No floral notes at all. It has that beautiful ghost pepper burn. Like right now, it's just starting to heat up. It's not in my throat. Actually, no, it's kind of moving to my throat. It's migratory. It was on my tongue, and now it's moving towards my throat. Chili Phil, the next video I'm going to do is the revenge of the Reaper beef jerky. Very good. Uncle Bull Cow. Uncle Bull Cow. Good to see you, Uncle Bull Cow. Thanks for being here, man. It was great pepper. Now that that would probably be like a 7 for if you're a chili head and you're used to hot stuff. It's probably a 6 or a 7. Mountain chili would have a problem with this. Great pepper, great flavor though. Pepper, good to see you. Me and my kid Tegan didn't chase the heat today, but we chased the morals and found a bunch. Ooh, you know I've never eaten one. People get crazy about them though. That's very cool, Pepper. Thanks for sharing that. Bird Bolstad. I'll eat that stuff. I'll eat that every day over the sour stuff. It was pretty good. You know, I can see why people do that though. You get quite a rush from it. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe they let kids could be eating that in classrooms. You guys understand that? I mean, you trust people. You trust people. You understand? You're in a car. It's a 3,000-pound missile going 70 miles an hour. You trust that the idiots on the other side driving this way are not eating one of those. Do you know what I mean? I'm serious. It would be really, really hard to keep a car straight with one of those in your mouth. I'm not even joking to you. I can straight face eat a salados, but I mean, you can eat one of these things here, straight face. I have a problem with that. You can eat. Is this the one you're talking about? No. I need to see it. Video or it didn't happen. Sorry, that just almost killed me. It's debilitating. And you can eat one of these without making a face. I need to see that. Very impressive. Matthew, random videos. Finally caught you live. We've been waiting for you, Matthew. Just a minute ago, Uncle Bull Cow said, man, what's up with Matthew's random videos? When is he going to stop in? I'm like, I don't know, man. One of these days. And then lo and behold, here you are. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you stopping in. Drunk Eddie, gluten-free. Thank you. Raleigh Marvel looked it up. Those Puma Italians are 2,200,000. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'll tell you what. Hottest pepper I've ever eaten. No two ways about it. Heather Joy grew a bunch of those last summer and still have a few in the freezer. It's like the White Naga peach flavor. Not really real deal. It's more of a I've had a couple white bootlets that tasted like it. It just tastes like a white ghost. It's interesting. Alan McGee, good to see you. Is that sour candy hard or soft? It's soft, and as you chew it up, it just gets worse. And then there's a pit inside, a little apricot pit. It's just brutal, man. Brutal. Your kids can be eating those, man. You know, check under the pillows, check their closet. inside shirt pocket of stuff hanging in the closets. We're going to find wrappers of those. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Ultra boosted. Want me to send new pepper? I'm going to eat these. I'm sorry, man. It's beginning of pepper season. But thank you for asking. I'll video send it to you. I want to see that, Mr. Ray Ray. That's so sick. I can't believe that. That's hardcore. Yeah, Asmir, me of everything. I'm telling you, it sounds like Mr. Ray Ray can. He's going to back it up in the video. He wouldn't say that if he wasn't going to be able to do it. I'm telling you. Delvin Lucas, wonder if they make hot chewing tobacco. Isn't it already hot? Kind of. Eat something, Heather Joy. Sounds like you need to eat something. Roger's here. Roger's here? Roger's here. How cool, dude. Roger. Good to see you guys. Roger from the Hot Dang Show is here. That's Pepper Royalty. Roger's a beast. Good to see you, Roger. Thanks for stopping in. Brian, good to see you. Love ghost peppers. I do too. They're so good. This one was beautiful. Ted Hammond, good to see you. Just got one more. A little sweetness too. Really a lovely tasting pepper. Hello, Brandon Gile. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate your generosity, man. I appreciate it. This is delicious. I have some of Mrs. Renfro's ghost pepper nacho in that fridge right now. It's wonderful, Charles. Invader Grimm, I'm eating one of these. It's a white ghost pepper. It's the second one I've had. It's delicious. Thomas Martin, good to see you. I'm going to try and make some Apocalypse Pepper Vanilla Sugar cone ice cream this summer. Boy, that sounds like a winner. You had me at Apocalypse. Boy, that tasted so good. I'm pushing now, though, because I haven't eaten anything, and my tolerance is down. I'm going to suffer for that one. I'm up in my game with this beef jerky, Chili Bill. Uh-oh, had tincture leak in my pocket yesterday. That's brutal. When you shower, where your pocket was will burn badly. Listen, Dennis says, Roger, your Hell Tart video was hilarious. It really was. That was a great video. Dizzy Dragon says, white peppers have the fresh juiciness. That's pretty cool. They're very tasty. Zippo Click. Good to see you, dude. Les, love the Chase Heat and the Hot Tank Show. Thank you. We both thank you, I'm sure. I met Roger years ago. I am the Noise Opera. Love you, dude. Thank you. Man, you're such a rock star. What year was that we met, Roger? Do you remember that? It was at the Chicago outside. Chicago? Yeah, it was Chicago. Good to see you live. Thank you, Thomas Martin. I'm glad you're here. Kevin Lessenberry, why does a person lose the ability for the Heat after 25 years of loving it? Down to kind. To me, I don't. To me, I think it's a matter of it's not a tolerance that stays somewhere. It's just like drinking. If you drink a lot, if you drink a six pack every. I used to be a drink. I used to drink a lot. I haven't had a drink in 4 years. If this were tequila, it's iced tea. If this were tequila or beer, this much beer, I would be a mess. You know what I mean? Because I'm not used to it. Tolerances for chilies are the exact same way. Now, are you saying that you were fine, you were eating ghost peppers, and all of a sudden for some day, one reason, a ghost pepper got too hot, so you had to go lower? Or did you take time off and then notice that your tolerance has dropped? I'm just curious. White peppers are basically diluted yellow peppers. That's absolutely astute. I totally get that. Makes total sense to me when you say that. You eat them like they're candy. Right, they're so good. That one, they taste. You have no idea how good those peppers. I want to eat another one, but I know if I do, I know if I do, I'm going to suffer. Like right now, my heat's not a problem at all. But boy, I know that in a pinch, you are here. The last time you were here in a pinch, you asked, I didn't see that you would ask questions. And I saw a comment that said, I guess I can't get my question answered. But it was right at the end of the show, and I felt terrible. And I tried to, and I haven't seen you since. Ask me your question, man. I'm so sorry that happened. You know, I know Roger gets this. If you've done live streams, like I've done live streams where I watch Tommy and I read every single comment, yet I still hear him. But when you're doing the live stream, there's no way you can read every single comment. I'm so sorry I missed yours. I'll probably miss it again now that I'm talking. So please let me know what you were asking, and I'll try to help you with it. Summer of 2018, I believe, shook hands after a few weeks later. And the Hot Dang Show was born. That's awesome, bro. Johnny, you're the man for your sobriety. I'm so happy and grateful for being here right now. Thank you, Marv. I'm very blessed. Jacob, you got me smashing the buttons. Ha, Buddy mustache. I'm looking for in a pinch. Milton Vegan, if you take as little as 3 days without eating hot peppers, tolerance seems to dip. I promise you it does. 3 days? Absolutely. Listen, I used to run marathons. They say that when a marathon runner is at marathon shape, every day you don't run, you lose 3% of your conditioning. Every day. And when you get to the point where you're in marathon shape and you hear that, you get terrified to miss a day because you work so hard to get there. You don't want to lose any. And that becomes an obsession. It's not even healthy, but it wasn't for me anyway. I'm not doing a pre-metallic Dizzy Dragon. I don't want to suffer. I ate one already today. Johnny, I thought you were superhuman. How can you miss a comment? Remember when you met Araya? She thought you were from another world. Yeah, she's funny. By you mustache. We were filming. I forget what set we were on. Where were we? I walked by her. They were filming her. I just walked by her. The camera's on her. She's like, there goes Johnny Scoville walking around like he's normal, thinking he's acting like he's normal. Where was that? That was very funny. I think that was I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm looking for in a pinch. There it is. No worries. I was just having a rough night and reaching out. Oh, dude. In a pinch. My email is chasetheheat@gmail.com. Please. Are you okay now? How are you now? In a pinch. Are you there's such a thing as a good relapse. You know what I'm talking about? A good relapse is you did what you did, you rallied, realized, hey, you know what, and you got back on track, and you learned something from it. That's a great relapse. A bad relapse is if you start doing your thing again and you stay at it. That's a bad relapse. So hopefully you're back on track. But email me at chaseheat@gmail.com and get on the lifeboat. I'm so sorry I missed your. I didn't do it on purpose. I would never do that. I'm sorry I missed your text. I gotta try to be careful, make sure I don't miss any. Hold on. Ultra Boost is eating roulette chips. We were in North Carolina when that happened. My mustache. Thank you. No. Yeah, I guess we were. Roulette chips for Ultra Boosted. For some reason, Mad Dog was a bad dog, giving me cramps. Mad Dog's rough, dude. Chili Phil. Mad Dog's brutal. Thanks for gifting a membership. Opera. Yeah, Noise Opera. Can I tell you something? He's his heart is huge. He's just one of the. You know what's so funny? I was talking about you. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. You know, the self-help industry it's a $1 billion a year industry. You know, in videos and there's a million different programs and books and such, and all of them, reason people read them is they want change. They want change in their life. You know, and it's spectacular to watch change in somebody. You know, Noise Opera, just great guy. You know, one of those beautiful things. And it's not like if you go back like 7 years, I was telling Tommy this today. If you go back 7 years and look at what I was doing 7 years ago compared to now, like what I do isn't the same, like who I talk to, how I talk to them, what I do, what my tomorrow looks like, everything, not a thing about my life is different. It can all change really quick. We all want change, but good change is what we need. I'm looking for more in the pinch. Ted Hammond gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Ted Hammond. You're a rock star. I'm looking for in a pinch. I don't want to miss it. The answer is long for the chat. Back on track. Damage things with my wife. email me, dude. We can fix this. You're already on the right path. Prayers too. This is awesome. I would love to have another live challenge with top chili heads in the world. Not an easy task operating. Yeah, it is. The other thing, Roger, I don't know about you, but my time really has become such a factor. Like such a factor in my life. Like not enough of it. And it's really a difficult thing to like. I'm not sure. I'm trying to make sure I go to San Diego in June, but I got stuff going on that may make that impossible. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. But never quit quitting, Milton Vegan. I am not having a Prima Tali tonight. Real deal. I had one today. They're hot as can be, man. They really, really are. And it's a fast, very, very aggressive burn. So much fun. Man, I really want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I feel terrible about that in a pinch. Gonna get in my unopened tube of terror tonight. Any advice? Prep well first. Don't do it on an empty stomach, please. And you know what? If you're just gonna sample a couple, then no big deal. But if you're gonna go shoot for, if anybody who attempts the tube of terror, film it, because if you finish it, you're in the legal fire. Story time with Uncle Bill. One of my favorite blue wrenches. Good to see you, bro. Just got his 1,000th subscriber. How bloody exciting is that? Heather Joy, I'm currently training for 2 different marathons in the fall. The furthest I've run so far is 16 miles, but my hubby's the madman. He's running a Spartan Ultra in about 10 days. What is that, 150 or 125? How much is the Spartan Ultra? I only ran one. But it's a pretty good story because I only heard about this is a true story. Tommy can verify this. I was sitting around one day. Brandon Gall, good to see you. Make sure I said hi to everybody. I was sitting around one day. My cousin called me. I was about 25 years old, 27 years old. My cousin called me. She was, what are you doing this summer? I'm like, surfing. Nothing, other than that, nothing. What are you doing? She said, you want to go to Russia? I said, yes. I didn't even hesitate. Rob Brown, good to see you. Good change is important. Thank you so much, Johnny. Love you, man. You bet, Noise Opera. So she goes, good. Buy a pair of running shoes. You're going to run a marathon in Siberia. I had never run a mile in my life. I had run in sports. I was an athlete. I played basketball and football and tennis, but everything is short. There's no marathons. The longest we ever ran in football were once in a while we'd run like around the whole school. But usually it was either 10 100-yard dashes at the end or 40 yard dashes, one or the other. 10 hundreds or 440s or 40s. So I never ran marathon. So I would buy a pair of the most expensive sneakers I could afford because I knew if I spent a lot of money on them, because I was broke, if I spent money on them, I would do it. And Tommy had a pair of rollerblades. I said, Tommy, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. I said, you got to go with me. He goes, why? I said, I'm going to run a marathon. He just cackled. He said, you're going to run a marathon? I said, yeah, go with me. So he gets his rollerblades on, and I think I ran I have a log somewhere. I kept a log of the whole thing because from the day that she told me about it, I was 200 pounds. 200 pounds the day she told me about it. The day of the race was 93 days later. It was a day in July, but it was 93 days from the day I heard about it, and I was not a runner. And the place I worked had this guy there that was a marathon runner and a doctor. He would just come by daily. And I said, I'm running a marathon. Any advice? He goes, when? I said, 93 days. He goes, from now? He goes, yeah, you can't do that. It's just a bad idea. As a doctor, I'm telling you it's a bad idea. As a runner, I'm telling you it's a hideous idea. You got to train for a year or two before you do that. I don't have a year or two. So Tommy went with me. I think I went 2.5 miles. Tommy was dying. He was almost worse than I was, but we both did it. I went from 200 pounds. It's almost crazy now because right now I'm 175 pounds. But the day of the race, I was 165 pounds. So 10 pounds lighter than I am now. and my legs were this big. I looked like it looked photoshopped. Didn't look real. But I finished the race in 4 hours and 10 minutes. It was amazing. Brandon Guile gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And I just talked my head up. I know I missed something really important. If somebody said something really important, I don't want to. Please do me a favor. If somebody said something really important, please say it again. Ace has a membership. How cool. Laura, thank you for being here. I'm new here. You're awesome. No, you are Laura Neswatiwa. Thank you for being here. Tommy told me about that. I didn't know you had ran it in Siberia. Wow. The elevation was brutal. The elevation was bad, but the problem was it was so humid, I think I ran it in July, the last day of July, July 31st, and it was like 88 degrees that day, which doesn't sound that hot, but it was like 50% humidity. It was ridiculous, and it was just a crazy race. When you run long distances, you got to put Vaseline here between your legs, on your nipples, or you'll chafe yourself to death. And I get there, I'm at the starting line, I forgot all the Vaseline. I was like, I didn't know what to do. So there's a Russian next to me, and he had this. It looked like a big. It wasn't a product that came in this can. He put it in this can. It was an old coffee, like a big coffee tin, and there was lard in this thing, and it was animal lard. And he was grabbing it and putting it under his arms, and I'm looking around. Nobody had anything, and he's staying right next to me. I went, and he said, "Pajalosta," he said, which means please. So I grabbed some and put it under my arms, and so I'm smelling like a barbecue the whole way. It was just crazy. And then I'm training in marathon and miles. You know what I mean? I was in great shape. I was in really good shape. I got to Siberia the day before I got to Siberia. We left for Siberia. I went on a 22-mile training run. It was LSD, long, slow day. We started off I had a running partner, a guy named Bill Clinton. No kidding. And a twin brother named Tom. But anyway, and his brother wasn't around, Bill was. And we were on the first 2 miles is slow, like deliberately slow. And then you slowly get going and you pick it up. But the day before I went to Siberia, I ran 22 miles and ran the last mile in under 6 minutes. I was in amazing shape. I get there and I ran 3 times in the entire month leading up to the race. 3 training days in a month because I didn't have a chance to. So all of my training went out the window, and the race starts, and the first thing I noticed within 3 minutes is that everything is in kilometers. And I was told there would be no math, right? So here I am. I'm like nervous, smelling like a barbecue, all greasy. I'm trying to do math in my head. They were supposed to have American water, bottled American water along the race. We brought it with us. We had pallets of stuff. We brought in American water, bottled water. Because you can't drink in Russian water. You're going to get sick. You're going to get a parasite, just the way it works. Hang with Mr. Ray. You can share a bit. Share a link. What kind of link is it? Before you share the link, what kind of link is it? Please tell me. Thank you so much for asking. It's awfully nice of you. Spirit Proof, Prof, good to see you. So anyway, I'm looking for water. I'm needing water. It's hot, and I can't find water. I'm running by every couple kilometers. There's tables with people with water. And I'm telling you right now, may God take me if I'm lying. There were people drinking out of gourds. A gourd. You know what a gourd is? I never even saw anyone drink out of a gourd unless it was on like a National Geographic video. But there were people drinking water out of gourds. So I'm putting it off, looking for real water because I'm not going to drink the Russian water. And the first time I didn't drink, I'd run 15 miles and I hadn't drank anything yet, which is really a bad idea when you haven't trained and you're in a hot place and your conditioning's bad. And at 15 miles, I was like, look, the next thing that's liquid, even in a gourd, I'm drinking it, or I'm just going to have to stop now. And we came around a corner, and there's this table. And I just grabbed water, and I grabbed 2 cups. I drank 1 cup and dropped it, drank the other cup. And then I was like, I'm in all my chips in the middle now. So at every station, I drank. And once I drank, what's the point? I'm already in. So, and the way marathons, I'm not sure about most. This one, the halfway point of me going out, the halfway point, runners are finishing. And you see that. And they do that on purpose. It is the most demoralizing thing. You're dying. You're just reaching the halfway part, and people are finishing. They're running really fast this way. You look this way, and it goes to the right, and you can see the finish line, but you can't see it when you're running this way. You look back, and you can see that they're going to the finish line, and you're halfway. So I got so sick. I finished the race in 4 hours and 10 minutes. It was an amazing thing. I was there to raise money for an orphanage. All right, so at the finish line were all these kids from the orphanage. Oh, it was amazing. But anyway, we took a bunch of photo op pictures for Russian newspapers and took a bunch of pictures, and we went back, got on a bus, and went back to the place we were staying. And I wasn't in that place 5 minutes, and I was in the bathroom, sick. I dropped the soap. That I got back and I took a shower and I dropped the soap. Everything tightened up. I've never felt like that before. When I tell you that everything tightened up, I mean, I dropped the soap and I couldn't bend over and pick it up. I couldn't. That was it. No hot water in Russia either, where I was staying. So it was just ice cold water, which didn't matter, but I couldn't even pick up the soap. That night I went to bed, and every time I tried to roll over, I'd wake up in agony because everything hurt. It was unbelievable. So anyway, the next day I get on a bus. We took like a 2-hour bus ride to get to an airport where we had to get a flight. I'm doing all this. I'm so sick, it's not funny. I have a parasite, Everything's running through me. I get back to America. The flight back was a nightmare. I'm like, I need to sit closer to the bathroom. They don't honor seat assignments in Russia. You just sit wherever you sit. So I'm like grabbing the first seat next to the bathroom. So I get back and I go to a doctor. I'm like, I go to the doctor. I'm like, I got a parasite, doc. He's like, how do you know? I'm like, listen, you need to trust me. I have a parasite. He goes, how did you get it? I said, I got it in Russia drinking water. I could eat lunch in the bathroom. That's how fast it goes through me. And the dude looks at me. He goes, I'll never forget it. He goes, you need to drink a gallon of water a day. You'll be gone in a month or so. I couldn't believe it. FM, good to see you, man. Tried my first chocolate ghost today. My goodness. Absolutely. So I said, give me something to kill it. Drinking a gallon of water, that's not why I came here. I got a sink at home. Well, I need something to kill it. And he says, anything I give you that will kill it, it's bad for you. We can't do that. Like that. You went to school for how long? And that's the best you got. So that was my first trip to Russia. So I start, do you have any idea how hard it is to drink a gallon of water? I was running like 75 miles a week in training, and I still wasn't drinking a gallon of water a day. Now I'm not running and expected to drink. It was insane. So after like a month, it was gone. And that was it. And then like a year later, I go to Russia again. And it's, I remember I'm not going to drink any Russian water. Dumbest thing in the world. I was in, I think it was in Minsk on that trip. And I was shaving in the morning, just shaving. And splashing I didn't have any goatee. I was just splashing the soap off my face. And the water was so cold. I just gulped a mouthful of water, one mouthful. And I didn't think about it. A couple seconds went by. I was like, oh my, you idiot. You just drank Russian water. So I made myself throw up. And I thought, surely I got it out of me, right? Nah. I didn't even go to the doctor with that one. I just went to the sink. It was a lot cheaper. Man, I know I missed a lot of important things. I'm sorry, you guys. Odin, good to see you, man. I'm surprised a parasite could live inside you. I wasn't eating stuff then. Plus, I had already been in the race was the last week of the trip, and I'd been there for a month. So I was living on borscht and bread and peanut butter sandwiches. So I wasn't eating right, and I wasn't eating capsaicin. But that was a bummer, man. I'm telling you. Sounds corny. What do you rate chipotle red sauce 1 to 10? So I know where I'm in the game. Dad's old Hana. What brand name? There's a lot of companies that have a red chipotle sauce. Tell me the brand, and I'll tell you what I think. If I'm familiar with it, I'll tell you. Heather Joy is experiencing poor Wi-Fi. Anybody else, guys? Minsk is in Belarus. Yes, it is. I spent time in Minsk, in Siberia, in Kiev, Ukraine, in Moscow, Where else did I go? I was all over. That was a crazy place. When I was in Minsk, Wyoming, tree planter on the first trip to Minsk, I didn't really notice it. But the second trip to Minsk, one of the dudes I was with goes, "What's missing in the city?" Took me a minute to figure out how, because he worded it wrong. But there are no pigeons. There are no pigeons in the city. I've never been in a city where I didn't see pigeons anywhere. Not a single bird, nowhere. I'm like, where are all the pigeons? And he said that when Chernobyl happened, it blew northeast and blew right over Minsk. And I was there years and years and years and years after Chernobyl. I went there a couple times. Beautiful place. The architecture there was so beautiful. Same thing with Ukraine. Like Kiev, what a beautiful city Kiev was. Brian, good to see you. Just got 6 million hot extract sauce. What I'm having now. Whew, that's hot, man. Extract is brutal. You're a trooper, dude. Strangely enough, Heather, Charles his was working today. Brandon Simpson, habaneros and borscht is so good. You know what? I really liked borscht. You know, it was really funny. Before we went over there, they said whatever you do when you're over there, Siberia is so hot in the summertime and humid. It looks like Vietnam. It's so green everywhere, plush and green. But in the wintertime, oh, Dennis, you have no idea. Yeah, one of the coldest days I've ever seen in my life was there. It was like January or February. Absolute middle of the day, like 30 below. If you have no wind at all, sun out, when you breathe, your breath would hang in the air for like a minute and a half. You look outside, there are a group of people, there'd be like clouds over them. That's their breath. It's just terrible, terrible cold. I don't know, Asmir or me, I think we're working on it right now viciously. We're behind on so many things, and I'll be able to tell you all the reasons I'm behind pretty soon. But I'm out of asthma medicine. My asthma is bothering me. Heather Joy, good to see you. Oh, I thought you were getting off. Sorry. What did he say there? I lost it. Oh, I bet you lost a lot of weight at that race. You know what? You have no idea how fast I put weight on. You want to hear the truth about it? That's the last mile I ever ran in my life. I ran that marathon, took those sneakers off, and never ran again. True story. Not that kind of running anyway. It's rough. Listen, the human body was never meant to run that long. You ever hear the story about how the name marathon came from, right? Matthews, random videos. Have a good day, everybody. It's dinner time. Enjoy dinner, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. A soldier ran from the plains of Athens to Marathon to his commander, 20 miles. It wasn't even 26. It was like 20 miles. This is how the story goes. Ran the whole way, gets to his commander, and says, "Victory is at hand," and drops dead at his feet. Listen, not saying it didn't happen, but that's what they said happened. So they're like, hey, we need to make this a race. So the real marathon was supposed to be 26 miles, period. That's all it was supposed to be. The first time the Olympics was in the marathon was event in the Olympics was in World War II in Germany. And they put the flag, the race was supposed to end here. The idiots put the finish line, the flag here. The grandstand of people are all here. They put the flag 200 yards, 2.2 miles past where they were supposed to by accident. And that's why all marathons are 26.2 miles, is because the very first one, the Russians screwed it up with 0.2 of a mile. True story. Anyhow. Thank you, Mr. Ray Ray. Kelly Scott, greetings from Canada. Thanks for being here. It tastes terrible, but it will build up your tolerance. Charles is right. The bomb tastes like stuff you use to take rust off a trailer hitch. I don't like that stuff at all, Zippo. Alan McGee, see you tomorrow. I want to go watch a show with my son before bed. Oh, it's a champion move. Good move, dude. We're only 10 minutes away from finishing anyway. Enjoy that time. Tincture's great. I just like all things hot, you know. So today was an amazing day, you guys. It's pathetic. I know I keep dropping these things saying how amazing this stuff that I can't tell you is. But something happened within the last 48 hours that is bigger than everything I've been teasing you with up until now. I didn't sleep last night. It's been 2 nights in a row that I haven't slept. And the weird thing is, I'm not tired. I'm on fire. It's crazy. Yeah, he's Chili Phil. It's just one of those sauce companies that are hot just for the sake of hot. I feel bad, but who makes Blair's? Blair's is a company that I think is typically like that. A lot of times their stuff is hot for the sake of hot, but they have a following, and it's been a long time since I've tried one. I think I need to try it again because I may be being judgmental, not open-minded enough. We will find out in good times. Good things are worth waiting for. Christopher Westcott. The funny thing is, when this happens, there are going to be people saying, "Where's this guy Johnny Scope come from?" Like it happened overnight. They have no idea how hard what a road it's been. Brandon Simpson, get some sleep, my dude. I feel great. Hopefully, I sleep tonight. I got some melatonin. I'm gonna eat those things like good and plenty. About 9 o'clock, I'm gonna start throwing those things back. I'm good for at least half a dozen of them. The funny thing about melatonin, if I haven't had it in a long time and I eat melatonin, boy, I just feel so relaxed and so mellow, and I fall asleep beautifully. After 2 days of taking it, stuff doesn't work anymore. So I'll take it for 2 days, and then I'll take it for a month. Now I haven't had. Do you know the last time I trimmed my goatee, you guys? Before the show started. Brian, wow, my mouth is on fire, but nice. My throat is burning a little, but luckily I'm good with my hot stuff. Excellent, Brian. What's a gusher? A gusher is where you take a pepper and you put something inside it, like tincture or hot sauce or honey or another pepper. And that's what you make a gusher. That is, when you buy it, there's something gushing inside. Like the bubble gum. You used to have bubble gum gushers or fruit gushers. Oh, those peppers were delicious. You know that? Charles, Heather, Tom Broom sells tinctures, and it's from his lemon brain strain pods. It's awesome. I have 2 of his plants. Yes, you do. Melatonin gives me weird dreams. Um, I don't dream. I wish I could remember my dreams more. Chili Phil, it's been over 20 years since I had Blair's. Yeah. Um, Tinctures are great. Dennis says Rob Brown. They are. Tom right now is at Pepper Night. So hoping those guys are all having fun. It's true, Heather Joy. That's how the first marathon became 26.2 miles. The funny thing is, before the race, I went out and I ran a mile before the marathon, just trying to. Because here's the thing: if anybody who's done long distance running can tell you this. Like when I first started running, I would bound, I went jogging, and then you start realizing you need to get economical with your motion and your gliding, or you're just going to bound all your energy out with ineffective movement. So after a while, no one taught me, but you learn to glide and not bound. And you know what I mean? And the first, when you run a marathon, the first, I probably ran 7 or 8, 20 or 22-mile training runs. So I've run a bunch of long distance ones. And on a long distance one, the first 2 miles are really uncomfortable, for me anyway. I don't feel right. Everything is awful. And then something happens around 2.5 miles where, with me anyway, my heartbeat, my breathing, and my feet hitting the ground all get in sync. And I would get this runner's high. That's no different than eating 4 or 5 Privitalis. I'm not kidding. And from mile about 3 to about mile 15, they were so enjoyable, so euphoric. That's the only downside to like peppers. It's short lived. Running, I would have that for I'd have it for 20. I know it's about the same. It wouldn't be that long if you think about it. I'm doing from mile 3 to 12, and I'm doing them at a 6-minute pace. That's almost the equivalent of a good pepper endorphin rush. Pretty interesting. But so such an interesting thing running. Get in a pinch. Email me, man. Stay strong. Fill your day with good habits, man. We're bad at breaking habits. We're good at making them. Make a lot of really good habits. Less time for the bad ones. Can you buy straight from Tom's site? I believe you can. You got to go to his Facebook. Rob Brown, forgot to mention the hot watermelon candy is awesome, Johnny. Hotter than I expected. It was a nice surprise. I need more. I'm glad you liked him, Rob. Thanks, everybody. We're going to wrap up in just a few minutes. Zippo Click, everybody's rooting for you. In a pinch, Zippo Click says everybody's rooting for you. You got support here. Thank you, Zippo Click. You're awesome. Thanks, Christopher Westcott. Chili Phil, thanks. Charles McClellan, Rob, Blake, Brian, Heather, Mr. Ray. You guys are all awesome. Virginia, You're amazing. I appreciate all you guys being here. We're going to wrap up a couple minutes early. I am going to play my guitar a little bit. All right, Ace, Real Deal, Chad, Dennis Brace, all you guys, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a live. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a live Primatali channel for the bus pass. A bunch of people got bus passes tonight. Tomorrow, it'll be in the afternoon, sometime between 10 and 1, my time. So sometime tomorrow between 10 in the morning. I'm not sure what time because my day is erratic and it's hectic with a lot of stuff going on. But sometime between 10 o'clock my time tomorrow, about 12 hours from now, and 1 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon, about a 3-hour window, I'm going to do a live Primatali challenge for the bus pass holders. I love all of you. I really do. Please have a good night. Tell someone you love them, like Charlie Mullen says. And like Drew V says, tell your people you love how you feel because tomorrow is never promised. I love all you guys. Noise Opera, you're a rock star. All you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the